Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It was requested to do an update of Scylla build, which the latest one was actually June of last year. Like, wow, time flies. As always, I'm going to be going over multiple builds. First, I'm going to go over Conquest, as we have here, and then I'll go into more like casual, arena, assaults, jousts, whatever, later on. So, starter items for Conquest. There are two currently, right now. I mean, this build could be outdated within a few weeks, because Smite loves throwing in new things. But for now, we have either Soulstone or Vampiric Shroud. Vampiric Shroud is a little bit more traditional. Soulstone is the newest. The new kid in town. Soulstone kind of helps the mages that have harder time clearing early game, clear better. That's pretty much how the passive works on the Soulstone. You throw some basic attacks out on the minions, and then you gain more souls. So after 5 souls, which is like 5 basic attacks, you gain more like passive MP5. And then also, your next ability has plus 30 magical power to it. So that can help you clear better. Like Scylla's not the best, like lane clearing early on compared to like Ice's Agni. So, choose whichever one you see fit and just roll with it. Then you want to go with the tier 1 starter item like Lost Artifact. This MP5 magical power, and it has really good branches you can branch off into, like Chronos Pendant later on, and Doom Orb, which I'll talk about that later. Or, unless if you're going against, like healers, I should actually get on the pedestal so I can sell things. There we go. If you're going against healers or high health regeneration gods like Hercules, Shock, Vamana, then you probably want to go into the tier 1 Tiny Trinket. It's pretty good starter item. With the starter item rather, because you get the lifesteal magical power, and then you kind of build that up into Divine Ruin, which is the point I was trying to make. So once you pick this up, you can shut down these healers a little bit better. So if not, just stick with the good old Lost Artifact. Then go to boots. I kind of like Shoes of Magi a little bit better, but I mean it's personal preference. If you want Shoes of Focus, pick it up. If not, Shoes of Magi, a lot of power. And so then, since in Conquest, it pretty much turns into like World of Warcraft, you're just farming forever. You're just farming for like 50 minutes. You want to have some type of stacking item, such as Book of Thoth, really great one. Or you can go into Warlock Sash. Warlock Sash will make you a little bit more beefier, giving you HP and things like that. I don't know why English is so hard. Just pick a stacking item, and then you can go back and then pick up Chronos Pendant as your cooldown reduction item. Like I said, after the stacking item. Or, I mean, you see this like in the Pro League, right? Is after you finish boots, go back and pick up Doom Orb. Doom Orb is a high risk, high reward, like Heartseeker for the physical guys out there. You build up a lot of stacks. This has an incredible amount of magical power, but if you die, it gets cut in half. And then if you just keep dying, it's kind of, useless, like Heartseeker. So, just be careful if you're going to pick that up. Just please don't pick it up if you're dying. The safe route, like I said, Chronos Pendant after you pick up your stacking item like Book of Thoth or Warlock Sash. Then after that, go ahead and go to a penetration item of your choosing. Obsidian Shard may be the little bit better bet to pick up. Spirit Magus, you can't really do too much with the stacks. I mean, you can get 2 stacks on with your 1 and 2 if you Lambo for them. And then go in for the ultimate, and then you can do something like that. But Obsidian Shard may be a little bit better. It's a little bit cheaper, I believe, also. Could be wrong. I think it's cheaper, right? Then you go into Ratatouille. Just to give you an idea of how large of a spike Ratatouille is, we have 486 magic power right now. We do have Book of Thoth filled up with stacks up. And then you go Ratatouille, boom, 764. That's huge. We're missing another item slot here. So after you get Ratatouille, and you go ahead and sell your start item, and then you can pick up whatever you want. You can pick up something like Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver is just a devastating item, really. You can pick up that bad boy, and then boom, we have 875 magical power. Like I said, I do have full stacks. Also, Scylla has a passive which increases her magical power for each max rank ability. So like up to 80 magical power when everything's maxed out when you're level 20. Right, so that was Conquest. Wow, that was a lot. So let's go ahead. I still want a sell all button, please, Harez. So, things like Arena, right? You can probably go, straight into boots. Obviously, you just choose a Magi. Then you probably want to pick up a cooldown reduction item, because why did I type in cooldown reduction? I don't know why I did that. Yeah, we have a filter right here. And then we got Chronos Pendant after that. So cooldown, you can try to get cooldown reduction early. It only makes sense just so you can get more use out of your abilities. No sense of picking up a cooldown reduction item later in the game, because the game's almost over, especially Arena. It goes by quick. So Chronos Pendant, then you want to pick up a penetration item, because about this time of the game, the tanks or whatever on the other team are going to be building a little bit more defense. People start leveling up, they have more magical defense. So like Obsidian Shard, like I said, be pretty good to pick up. Now, I personally do this for all my burst mages in arena or like 3v3s or whatever, like the more casual game modes. Is I actually like to go into like Soul Reaver and then Rod Tahuti. The reason being I do something like this is because game modes like Arena are very short, and typically, like, if you're not super fed, you're not really getting your 6th item completed. Especially for Soul Reaver and the Rod Tahuti combo, picking these up early on assures you get them because they're really expensive items. Like Soul Reaver is like 2,900, and Rod Tahuti is just a beast of a price. So this kind of assures you get the most magic power early on, and then of course if you have time to get a 6th slot, it's kind of up to you. You could probably go to like Bancroft's Town just to get even more magical power. And then, I mean, if you're able to complete this build in an arena or whatever, you have 769 magical power, which is a devastating amount of power. Now, Assault, basically you do the same thing, except you go Chronos Pendant first. Chronos Pendant first, you can do this for most mages, really. It offers everything, right? You have MP5 since you can't go back to base. You have cooldown reduction. You have a high amount of magical power. So that's why you see mages in Assault pick this item up first, because it does everything you ever want. And then you go into boots, and then something like this. So that pretty much wraps up actives. Pick up what you need. Typically, what may be like purification beads, especially if you're mid lane, because fights always happen around you. So that can help you out there. So that pretty much wraps it up. Maybe a little bit longer of a video than usual, but I'll see you guys next time. And thanks for watching. Peace.